It's really, really important that you understand the difference between competitors and what is the difference between enemies. Example, you are selling in a brand, in a specific category, and you might have 10 products that are quite similar to your product. Maybe you are better positions when it comes to marketing, or you have a better strategies when it comes to advertising, or you simply are a better business person and are very good at operations or know how to hire better people. That can also become one of your competitive advantages. Let's say you are against these 10 other competitors who are selling similar products to yours. Now, really important is to understand the difference between competitor and enemies. I had the pleasure to chat with lots of sellers on Amazon throughout the past 5 years. And what I noticed are these buckets of white hat, gray hat, and black hat tactics, aka Amazon, right? So things that Amazon allows that are within TOS or terms of service, those will be considered all white hat tactics. Things that are gray hat tactics would be considered everything that is in between the lines. You might have a loophole. There is no certainty like this is how to do it. Super specific example, Amazon is requiring us to have for all our main images a white background. The main image of the product should contain 80% of the screen. Example, this is my beautiful cat mug from my sister. I have it for 12 years, proof there it is the dent. So this has sentimental value for me. As it, Amazon requires me that this is the product that is going to showcase 85% on the picture and the rest is going to be white. Now keep in mind that it depends also on categories. Sometimes what can happen is that you might have a product just like this one, or you might have something more helpful for someone to check out your product if they're going to showcase it within a certain, if it's a sofa in a living room, what it would look like. So those images, for example, technically are not Amazon TOS compliant, right? But because the category allows it, they are not going to take down and suspend all the listings within the category. They are going to allow that. So that would be considered gray hat tactics. Now, black hat tactics is everything that you would do knowingly against Amazon's. Let me explain. So if you know that, for example, you have this competitor and someone just showed up on the market and maybe you don't like them, or maybe you want to do harm in any way. Let's say you're going to do something to their listings, either on the back end, you're going to upload keywords that are not Amazon compliant, therefore their listing is going to be suspended. Depends on how far your mind can go into harming someone. Now, those are black hat tactics. And the way how I would define them is anyone who's executing black hat tactics, I would categorize them into enemies. It's one thing to strategically, knowingly do harm to someone else's listing, and a total different thing to use your skill set, wanting to become better than the current competition. It's really important for you to know who is and what category they are in, and very importantly, how to fight or avoid them. There is very healthy competition. I have competitors. I am in the industry of marketing, and within my industry, I have tons of agencies or freelancers who are technically competing for my role as their Amazon PPC account manager of brand X, right? So I have direct competition. They are direct competition. We are competing against each other to get clients, to get brands on. And why I'm saying that is because what I noticed is that while competition is healthy, from a business point of view, competition is really healthy. But if you are facing enemies, people who are actively working against you, that is going to be very important for you, how you're going to handle them. Usually when it comes down to competition, the only way you can outsmart them is by becoming better. Your product becomes better, your packaging becomes better, you're being way better at inventory management, you're being way better at the strategies that you would hire for your whole brand, either advertising, listing optimization, creatives, any aspect of your brand, even if that comes down to operations. If operations are not working perfectly, you're only as good as the operations that you're running your business on. If you're going to invest in that, you might have competitive advantage. But if an enemy comes and attacks you, there's no other way than attacking back. You have to be aware that there are tactics out there and sellers who are undermining you. This happened to us. With the very first brand that we launched on Amazon, what I learned is there is such thing as healthy competition, but I also had enemies buy what they were doing to my listing. They were buying listings that had way more reviews than my listing. And what they did, which is 100% black hat tactics, don't do that. You're allowed to do it, but then wait until Amazon is going to suspend your whole account, not only your list. But what they did, they purchased these accounts that had listings that already had lots of reviews and then switched it within their listing. So basically what they did is they piggybacked on someone else's success on Amazon. They bought their account and started selling products similar to mine, cheaper at least $10 than mine. So clearly I was not dealing with a competitor anymore. I was dealing with an enemy. They were okay to do everything within their power to kill my business. So in that case, I cannot be kind to these people. I have to open up as many cases as possible because these people were technically what they were doing, everything that Amazon does not allow. They were building trust, reviews, aka trust, ratings towards customers who were looking on Amazon, a product similar to ours, and they were buying with fake things those customers. Amazon is very strict when it comes to this. Why I'm sharing this with you is because I want to double check where you are currently right now in this phase. Back then when this happened to us, I think it was year 2 of business, year 3 of business, we were successful. People wanted to copy whatever we were doing, right? So that's when this happened. I was like, I cannot do that. I cannot open up cases through Seller Central and let them know what are these guys doing. These guys were true. They wouldn't care at all if you're out of business. They wanted to win. Long story short, I'm sharing this with you because no matter what you're doing in business, in life, this is going to happen. You have to understand who's your competitor and respect them because they're also doing the same thing like you. They want to survive and they want to do their best and perform better. There's also the enemy that is going to actively undermine as much as they can you to kill your success, kill your achievements, kill whatever you build.